Hi, my name is Adonia from Centric, and this is Amanda. Today we're going to be teaching you in our pose pursuit, the Firefly pose, also known as Tittibhasana. In Tittibhasana, one of the best ways to begin is to come into a lizard stretch on your mat. So to begin in lizard, you're actually going to come into a low runner's lunge, beginning with your left leg forward and your right leg back. You can leave your toes tucked under, and then also allowing the right knee to come down onto the mat. You're going to take your left arm, and you're going to walk the left hand to the inside arch of your left ankle, left foot. And your right arm is going to stack in line with your right shoulder and your right wrist, just as your left shoulder and left wrist stack. And as you press into the hands, you're going to feel firmness up through the belly. You're going to keep grounding and hugging in this front knee and front thigh through the left side. And as you take a full breath in here, just extending through the spine, extending your gaze forward, and a full breath out. To build onto this pose, the next place that you can go is you can take two blocks and place them underneath of your hands, so that it gives you more height here, especially if the inner thighs happen to be more tight. Good, so as you place the palms of the hands, again, you can leave the arms extended, you can start to bend the elbows, you can start to come down onto your forearms. The next place to go from here is you can even take the blocks out from underneath your forearms and come all the way down on to the mat. And finding 3 to 5 breaths here. Breathing in, continuing to hug in through the midline of your body, breathing out. Gaze can look down past your nose, or even allowing your gaze to go forward. In our Firefly pose, it's a lot about shining the heart forward, symbolic of shining your light, as you see with the fireflies this time of year. And on the next inhale, go ahead and tuck your back right toes under and lift your right knee, Amanda. Good. And on the next inhale here, go ahead and walk the hands back underneath of the arms. So placing one hand under one elbow, the other hand under the other. So now she's got this nice long line. And from here, the next place to go is to see if you can get your left arm underneath your right calf. So almost like placing a backpack strap on your back, you want to try to nuzzle the shoulder in as far as it'll go and keep hugging in this left knee in towards the midline. You can stay right here. Again, a block is always an option on the outside of your left foot to place the hands on the block. Inhaling, extending through the heart, looking forward through the chest, through the eyes, through the gaze. And then maybe from here it feels okay. You can take your left arm and you can wing it out and start to soar here. You've got one arm flying. And on the next inhalation, if that feels okay, you can take your right arm and start to soar. So now both arms are soaring, they're reaching and extending. You've got this leg hugging up and over that shoulder. Take another full breath, go ahead and look forward again to see if you can lift up through the heart just a little bit more. Good, and then exhale, go ahead and place the hands back down onto the mat. Walk your left hand back onto the inside. Take a full breath here and low runner's lunge. And on your exhales, you're ready, go ahead and step back downward facing dog. Finding a full breath in downward facing dog, just letting the hips lift to the sky, keep firming through the arms, hands planted. Just coming back to that breath. And on the next inhale, Amanda's going to take her right leg and she's going to rise it up towards the sky. Exhale, she's going to bend the knee, she's going to step it forward up by that right thumb, coming back into runner's lunge this time on the right side. And take a full breath in. And on the exhale, go ahead and release the back knee down. Go ahead and walk the front palm over to the inside of your right foot. Again, the blocks are also an option to come under. You can also just leave them at the front edge of your mat if you don't happen to need them, so they're available. You're going to need to come down onto the forearms. Inhale, go ahead and tuck your back toes under, and then lift up through your back knee. From here, just go ahead and extend through the spine, go ahead and look forward through your gaze so the chest is starting to shine forward towards the front of the room. Take another full inhalation here. And then exhale, go ahead and place the palms back underneath of the elbows, underneath of the shoulders, starting to lengthen up the chest. And on this side, we're also going to start to find that flying lizard. So when she's ready, she's going to start to wiggle walk that right shoulder up and underneath of the leg. She's grabbing her ankle here, but again, you can also bring that block back in if you'd like to, place it under the hand. And when she's ready, she's going to take a full inhalation in. She's starting to extend this time your right arm, Maybe even extending the left arm, coming into that flying lizard pose, lifting and firming up through the back leg, looking forward, finding that gaze, that forward flight. Take another full breath in. And then when you exhale, as you're ready, you can bring the hands back down. So place it back on the inside of the inner arch of the foot. Take a full breath here. And then instead of stepping back to down dog, go ahead and step your back foot up nice and wide to the edge of the mat, coming into Malasana, yogi squat. Just allowing the sit bones to start to reach down towards the earth, allowing the inner triceps to come to the inner thighs, pressing and opening through the chest, palms, the hands pressing. This is a great place to also come for our peak pose today, coming into our firefly. So having blocks available allows the length of your arms and your legs to have more of height, so they can be more achievable to get into this challenging pose. So what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and come up into a forward fold, and go ahead and leave your legs slightly wider. So maybe hip distance slightly wider than hip distance. I'm going to take the blocks, I'm going to place them behind Amanda at about the heels of the feet, and I'm going to lay them down onto this height of the block. Okay. And what she's going to start to do is she's going to start to again find that backpack strap. She's going to start to walk the arms underneath and around. Nuzzling up the shoulders underneath the knees. And then when she's ready, she's going to place the palms onto the blocks behind her. She's going to start to create this chaturanga shelf here with shoulders and elbows. She's going to start to sit back with her bum. Good. Her toes are going to start to walk the way out. Maybe they even touch in front of her. They start to float up. As she starts to sit down, she's going to start to lift her legs. She's going to begin to straighten her legs. Taking a full breath in, and then start to cat-like your spine. Good, press into the palms of the hands, look forward, breathe in, awesome. Exhale the breath. When she's ready, she'll slowly begin to bend the elbows, coming back to the chaturanga, coming back down, Malasana squat pose. Bring the hands into the chest, the hands into the heart. And as she's regrounding through the breath, I'm going to go ahead and remove her blocks and set them all to the side. When she's ready, she's going to come back in. She's going to wiggle walk the shoulders back up onto the legs. And then finding Tittibhasana, finding Firefly here without blocks. Bringing the hands back down onto the earth again, creating that shelf. You're going to sit the hips back, weight goes back. When she's ready, as she inhales, she's going to extend, she's going to fly in, she's going to soar, she's going to shine. Taking that breath. Another exhale. And when she's ready, she'll come all the way back down, placing the feet down. Again, finding Malasana squat pose. Closing our eyes. And just regrounding back to the breath and all of the work that she put in. So thank you very much for watching us today.